Sweden, saying as how more Swedes than he has room for over there, and he wonders if Paul knows any place where he can send some of them.
Like today.
Right away, old Paul thinks of North Dakota and Minnesota and writes to the king a letter describing the two places. The king writes back that Minnesota sounds fine, but he wants North Dakota logged off
So
so
nice.
people can raise wheat. Also, he wonders if the hills could be taken off, as these folks have been raised near water and are used to being able to see a long way. After a good deal of bickering, they come to some kind of agreement, and Paul gets ready to start operations. There's a considerable number of things he
Good
has to
boy.
do, however,
Just relax.
before he can actually start logging. First of all, he has to get rid of the hugags. The hugags. These were huge beasts standing about 13 feet high and weighing a little over 3 tons. Their heads were bald and bumpy, along with warty snouts and floppy ears about the size of gunny sacks. Instead of hair, they were thinly covered with pine needles and pitch all the time, and oozed from every pore due to their feeding on pitch pine knots. But the strangest thing about them was the fact that they had no knee or hock joints, which kept them from lying down. So when they got ready to sleep, the whole herd faced in one direction, usually to the northwest. Then each one picked a handy tree, and after bracing his big splayed feet solidly against the ground, would lean to the left against the tree, and then go to sleep and snore quietly. Such a weight naturally made some of the trees lean, and in certain places you still find them bent that way. So Paul sends a crew into their bed grounds to trap them out. At first they try and go trap them in bear traps, but the hugags' feet are too big, and hunting them is no good, because at the first sign of danger, they raise their pine needles into the hides like porcupines, and they can't be told from a pile of slashings. Let's see. So the men get busy and hunt up the favorite hugag sleeping in trees, which are easy to find because they lean, and saw them in half. Then saw them halfway through. Then the hugags lean against them for their nap. The weakened trunks snap and they fall flat on their sides, having no joints. They're unable to get up once they're down, so they're helpless until the lumberjacks come back.
Good boy.
In this way, they're soon almost trapped out and are very scarce,
Very nice.
although occasionally they come down from deserted farms and sleep against the buildings, causing them to lean too. The next problem is that there are no rivers big enough to float logs, so old Paul